Our story title is Penguin Chick. Penguin Chick. The author is Betty Tatham. The illustrator, there's no illustrator because it's a bunch of pictures. So there's no drawings. What kind of story do we have this week? What's the genre? Humor? No. Fantasy? No, this is narrative non-fiction. Which means it's true information to tell the story as it goes. Let's see. Our story this week, it takes place in Antarctica, which is that chunk of land that's at the bottom of the earth. Down there, it's super cold. A fierce wind howls. It whips snow across the ice. In this picture we see here, we have a female emperor penguin. She's just laid an egg. It is the only egg that she will lay this year. She won't lay many, just one. Most birds will build a nest for their eggs. But here, where there's ice in Antarctica, there's no twigs, there are no leaves, there is no grass or mud. There's nothing to build a nest with. Nothing but snow and ice. In this picture we see a new penguin father. He's using his beak to scoop the egg onto his feet, his webbed feet. And puts the baby onto his feet. He tucks it under his feather-covered skin into a special place called a brood patch. The egg will be warm and snug there, much like a sleeping bag. One of the penguin parents must stay with the egg to keep it warm. But where the penguins lay their eggs, there's no food for them to eat. The penguin father is bigger and he's fatter than the mother. Father can live longer without food. So the father penguin stays with the egg, while the mother penguin travels to the sea to find food. The two parents sing together before the mother penguin leaves. Along with many other penguins, the mother penguin leaves the rookery where she laid her eggs. That's called the rookery, where the baby was born. the mother penguin walks or slides on her belly. That is called tobogganing. She uses her flippers and webbed feet to push forward over ice and snow. Because it's winter in Antarctica, the water near the shore, it's frozen for many miles. After 3 days, the mother penguin comes to the end of the ice. She dives in the water and hunts for shrimp, she looks for fish, squid, and tiny little shrimp-like creatures called krill. She gobbles them up. Back at the rookery, the penguin fathers form a group called a huddle. They stand close together for warmth. Each one keeps his own egg warm. For 2 months, the penguin father always keeps his egg on his feet. If he walks, he doesn't walk big. He shuffles his feet so the egg doesn't roll away. He sleeps standing up, not laying down. He has no food to eat, but the fat on his body keeps him alive. Finally, he feels the chick move inside the egg. The chick pecks and pecks and pecks. In about 3 days, the egg cracks open. The chick is wet, but soon his soft feathers, called down, become fluffy and gray. The father still keeps the chick warm in the brood patch. Sometimes the chick pokes his head out. But while he's so little, he has to stay covered. He must stay on his father's feet. Otherwise, the cold would kill him. The father talks to the chick with his trumpet voice, like a trumpet. The chick answers with a whistle. The father's trumpet call echoes across the ice. The penguin mother is on her way back to the rookery, but she can't hear him yet. She's still too far away. If the mother doesn't come back soon with food, the chick will die. 2 days pass before the mother can hear the father penguin's call. As the mother arrives at the rookery, she cuddles close to her chick and she trumpets to him. He whistles back. With her beak, she brushes his soft gray down. The mother, she swallowed many fish before she left the ocean. She brings some of this food up from her stomach and feeds her chick. She has enough food to keep him fed for weeks. She throws up to feed her baby. The chick stays on her feet and snuggles into her brood patch. The father is very hungry, so he travels to open water. There he dives and hunts for food. Weeks later, the father returns with more food for the chick. Each day, the parents preen or brush the chick's downy coat with their beaks, keeps them fluffy and warm. As the chick gets bigger, he and the other chicks no longer need to stay on their parents' feet. Instead, the chicks stay together to keep warm. That group of chicks is called a creche or a nursery. The chick now spends most of his time there. But he still rushes to mother or father to be fed when either one of them comes back from the ocean. Sometimes the chick and the other young penguins dig their beaks into the ice to help them walk up a slippery hill. They use their beaks to poke into the ice and help them move. If they're going down, they toboggan fast on their fluffy bellies. The chick grows and grows. After 5 months, he's grown into a junior penguin. He's not a baby. He's not an adult. He's kind of sort of like a teenage penguin. A junior penguin. He's old enough to travel to the ocean. And now he has a waterproof coat of feathers instead of fluffy down. He can swim in the ice-cold ocean because his feathers help keep him dry and warm. The young penguin spends most of his time in the water. He swims, flapping his flippers as if he were flying underwater. He uses his webbed feet to steer wherever he wants to go. He catches fish with his beak and swallows it head first. Now the young penguin can catch his own food and take care of himself. He doesn't need mom and dad anymore. In about 5 years, he'll find a mate. Then he will take care of his own egg until the chick can hatch.